The original plan for our second day at Dinosaur was to go all the way back to Harper's Corner, but the day before, there was a big storm that came through, brought lots of rain and snow to the area, which would explain all the snow up here. This is as far as we're going because, well, the road is literally super icy. Yeah, that just means next time we come, we even better, because we came during the snow. This is the second national park I've been to with snow, so that's really cool. So we won't get to do Harper's Corner. That's kind of sad. Though on a day when it is not snowy or iced over, Harper's Corner is a lovely part of the park to visit from what I've heard from people that have also visited Dinosaur. But on our way back, we stopped at numerous different viewpoints, such as this one here, which talked about the Powell expedition on some kiosks and also pollution. And there were also some other cool overlooks with a short trail. I think this one was called Bull Canyon. Super cool, different tiny little overlook. Definitely would check out. It was really cool seeing the different layers of rocks. Really cool just to see the surrounding landscape, and definitely really cool. It was freezing though. It was, I think, about in the teens when we were up here, so it did get pretty cold. So we did bring proper warmth for the trip, but yeah, it was super cool. And our next stop was Plug Hat Butte, which is right here. So I didn't get the best footage of it, but here it is. It was super cool. It's just this butte you drive around. Just really cool, and how it's layered as well, which I love geology, and I think that is pretty cool. Definitely worth the stop if you are going up in this area. Plug Hat Butte should definitely be one of your go-to spots. Because Harper's Corner was iced over, we got to go back to the Utah side and to visit some viewpoints that we had already visited, and also the Desert Voices Trail, which we almost did the day before, but then it started to rain. But definitely cool to see this overlook again without all the rain, but definitely a different experience being able to see it during an event such as a rainstorm or whatever. It was definitely a really cool experience. And the Desert Voices Trail is about 1.5 miles long. It is rated moderate. And the first part of the trail led us along parts of the road, and this would take us to about the dividing part here. It was really cool just walking through all these bushes and whatnot. It was overgrowing the trail, but I think that made it a different experience than what you would usually have on a very well used trail. Definitely very cool to see some fall colors back here. All along the trail, there are these interpreted signs that some of them are even made by kids for kids, which I think was a really cool idea on why they did that. It was super cool. just like seeing like these kids explain like explain all of these like things and whatnot. It was super cool. And just explain how everything formed, how the sun plays in the role of this, and just how like everything comes together to help create this beautiful landscape. Really cool. So there are two trails back here. One is called the Desert Voices and the other is called the Sound of Silence. The Desert Voices is the shorter one, which is the one that I did. It is 1.5 miles long round trip, and the Desert Voices is 3.5 miles round trip. And some people like to do them all to get both of them together, which would make for a very lovely hike. Also, one thing is that the Desert Voices trail goes a little bit further back. There are a lot more rock scrambling, creek crossings, and all that. And there's also, it also gets you closer to the racetrack, which not a lot of people talk about, but it's really cool. It's just this formation that looks like a racetrack. I saw a ton of wildlife on this trail. I saw multiple beetles, some rabbits, and tons of different birds. Definitely cool if you like wildlife watching. This is definitely one of those cool trails you want to look out for. Like I did say, it did rain the day before, which caused the part of the trail after this point here to be super muddy heading all the way down, which is why I don't have much footage from heading on the way down, because it was super muddy, super slick, and all that. And there were tons of mud on our shoes, so we had to go to the boat ramp and kind of wash off all the mud. But that was about the Desert Voices Trail. Really cool. So we did see a snake, a little snake, going along the road. We left it alone, of course, but it was super cool. And our final stop was the Swelter Shelter petroglyphs, and pictographs. This was my first occasion of seeing a pictograph. The difference between the two is that a petroglyph is carved in to the rock, and the pictograph is painted on. So that little red dot right there in the middle of the petroglyphs, and some of those petroglyphs are from the pictographs, or them using clay to paint.